Hello everybody, this is Nerf Gun Reviewer 331 here today, and for today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Nerf Infinus. The Nerf Infinus, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, is a fully automatic Nerf blaster that shoots foam darts. The catch is, there is a speed loading technology, so simply, if you wanted to throw a dart in here, you have to kind of like shimmy it, kind of load it in through here. And once you put it in, it will make some weird sounds and kind of load it back into the magazine. Hence, speed loading. The problem with the speed loading, that as far as I noticed, was if I threw a dart in there and it would, more or less the dart would get stuck in that position and it wouldn't load into the magazine. I could probably show something. I tried to make this video. I'll just show you what I have to demonstrate that, maybe without sound. So basically, there's a light like here, I think, and it will. Yeah, I'll demonstrate actually. This is just one of the cool features that Nerf implemented in the blasters. This is a 12 dart mag. Didn't come with a blaster, but I just have it laying around, and I'm just going to like show you that the speed loading technology is what they call it. Allows you to pretty much put any Nerf dart that would usually fit in one of these magazines or a drum or something like that. Any Nerf dart that could fit into one of these and perform well, you can simply slap in. Now this magazine has 2 darts in it, just to demonstrate its purpose. So this is a 12 dart mag. I have 10 darts to the left. Quick math. Makes that sound, and you notice that there is a green light here. Or green light there. So this means, so if I rev this up, it's pretty loud. So you don't have to rev this thing up and load darts into the magazine. You can actually just load them just like this. So this is, I think, a Busby. I want to say one of those suction tip darts. Throw it in, loads it up automatically for you. I mean, as far as just throwing darts in one at a time, it's, I would say, a little bit faster by maybe like a hair compared to just manually reloading or filling up a drum or a magazine with darts. Same idea. And there's just one con with it. Sometimes you throw a dart in and it just stops. It doesn't load it. Sometimes, and I don't know, it's like, this is like the weird part about this, is you have to be careful what you load in. I think I got it stuck in there. Sun suck. Alright, fixed itself. Simply, all you have to do is load a magazine, and this light will be yellow. To load a dart, you throw it in here, and it turns green. And when it turns green, then that means you have ammo in. So, just watch, and then it turns yellow. I have no idea what I just hit. So, the yellow means that you're out of ammo, and that's pretty nice to have like a little LED light that says, okay, you ran out of ammo, you're going to have to change your mag or change a drum or something like that. The Infinus does come with a 30 dart drum with 30 darts. Just like, I think 5 less than the Raider and the Rampage. Or maybe just the Raider. Maybe it was the Raider. Anyway, simply load it in and you're ready to go. This is fully automatic, so if you hold down this trigger to rev it up. You use this button to release the drum, like that. Slap it in, it makes some weird sounds, and then you're ready to go. In order to fire this blaster, you need to hold down the rev trigger for like a few seconds, and then just unleash Nerf darts at your opponent or at a door, which I'm doing. The bounce back is adequate. Oh, actually, I haven't tested that out yet. The The bounce back is pretty good, actually. The firepower is like tremendous, but it's only like a dart a second, maybe 2 darts a second. I would say, no, it's more like a dart a second. It does have 2 tactical rails, one here and one here. They do not have the springy, like indents or for like holding the tactical attachments. A viewer mentioned this with the Nerf Scout Mark II, I think, and a few other blasters. They don't have the clicky, springy pins anymore. They actually just have these. They're just fillers, pretty much. They're stiff. They don't have springs, and I miss the old style. But anyway, comes with 2 tactical rails and a built-in angle grip, which I personally like a lot. This angle grip here, this is actually really nice, and I kind of approve of it. It's I don't know, ergonomic to me. The Infinus does have a jam door, so if you have problems with your, I don't know, Nerf darts, they get stuck in the blaster, you simply flick this down, see what the problem is. If need be, take out the mag. Now, I just noticed this. I never noticed this ever with owning this blaster. When you push down on the jam door, just even a smidgen, the light turns red. So it won't work. It won't shoot unless you were to close that jam door all the way back up. Light turns green, and you're ready to go. Now, seeing that I just fired 3 of the lead darts that came with the blaster, I'm gonna load them back in. Simply, the way you do it, like with any Nerf blaster that's clip fed, you have like, you know, a Nerf dart like this. You take the rubber tip going towards the barrel of the gun. It's specifically for just this blaster. You put the tip in first, you throw it in, it'll make a sound, and that sound represents it just loaded a dart into your magazine just for you. Do it one more, and then last one. Okay, and then you're ready to go. Pros and cons about this blaster. Honestly, there's a lot of pros. I could list them all. I could probably do that if I wanted to. The only cons I really see is that the probability of loading a dart into the blaster and then from blaster to said drum, it would most likely. So the problems I ran into with this blaster is if I were to load a dart. No, I'm not going to load the dart right now, but because the light's green and it's already full. But I would load the dart into the blaster like that, and I still have it, by the way. And sometimes it would get stuck inside the blaster, and I mean that could be just an error of some sorts. It's not a big draw for me, or a big con for me. But the other con, I would say, just do a balance check. Yeah, it's heavy in the stock. Do keep in mind this blaster does take 4D batteries. 4D batteries come about $8 to $10 usually. Depends on where you get them and how good they are. You load them up. I think you have to take out these 2 screws here. I'll show a little close up. These 2 screws here. As soon as you get those 2 screws off, you load the 4D batteries in and throw away $10 pretty much, because the batteries are heavy and I don't know, they seem to drain quicker sometimes. They're not as powerful and all that. I guess some other pro I forgot to mention is that it does have sling point attachments here, and I believe here. So you can put a sling put a sling on one or two of these sling attachments or sling points, and then just have a sling for the Nerf blaster. But then again, I don't really see a whole lot of Nerf videos where they have people using slings. But enough of that. Let's see. So the other good thing about this Nerf blaster is the mag's not proprietary. So what I mean is, I could throw in a 12 dart mag that didn't come with the blaster and do the same thing. Zombie strike dart, now into the magazine. the trigger, and it comes right back out. So no matter what magazine you're using, as long as it's compatible with Nerf and maybe the Buzz B mags, maybe the Dart Zone mags, I don't know. I haven't tested those yet. But with any Nerf N-Strike or Elite or just virtually any clip system that uses clips or mags or whatever you guys call them, if you just do it correctly and have the arrows pointing towards that way, load it into the blaster, and then you can throw darts in there. It's pretty nice. So aside from all the cons and the fact that it takes 4D batteries, and the tactical rails aren't that springy, at least the where you put the attachments on, those aren't really as springy as I want them to be. In fact, I think they're just quite stiff. They're just a piece of plastic, a placeholder maybe. Aside from all that, the ammo capacity, as far as the drum goes, this is 30 darts. This is a high capacity drum. Comes with a blaster, and I think I paid, I want to say $60 for this blaster. Maybe $50 on Amazon. You got it shipped here. Comes with 30 darts and a 30 dart drum, blaster, instructions, and no batteries, which is pretty obvious. What else? Ammo capacity is by far the best. Rate of fire is, I would say, about a dart a second, usually. Reload time can vary because it depends on if you're going to reload it manually or if you're going to reload it through the blaster. If you reload it through the blaster, it's usually a little bit less time, but sometimes you run into times where, like I mentioned before, where the dart will get stuck and pretty much be useless for about a few minutes. Now, I'm loading every dart I can. I'm loading every dart I find that is similar to a Streamline or to an Elite dart. So we have these Dart Zone. I want to say these waffle heads from Dart Zone. Load it in, works. Race Squad dart. I think these are AccuFakes or AccuStrike darts. And it loads in quite nice. Now, also, just remembered this. As far as if you were to overload the magazine through the blaster, I don't know. I feel like I've tested it before off camera, but I don't know. I don't know if it will give you an indicator. Okay, you're filled on darts. Don't load the magazine anymore. Because I haven't tested that theory out, and I really don't want. I don't want to test it now because I'm making a review. I'll test it in a different video, I guess. But if there was an indicator that showed, maybe it was like yellow or blue, that said, "Okay, you're filled on ammo. Just stop throwing darts into me." I don't know if there's an indicator like that into this blaster or into the electronics of this blaster. So that could be a con or a pro, depending on if that's true or not. Alright, so ammo capacity, 30 dart drum, 30 darts. That's pretty substantial, actually. Rate of fire is pretty good. Reload time depends on how fast or how... I guess it really depends on how you load the blaster. Like, if you were to throw darts into the speed loader and then load the clip that way, that would take a little bit... It would take a little bit of time, more or less. Depends on if you can actually... If you can do like a rapid fire and having it not jam halfway through. And I guess the other thing is, if you were to load it this way, of course this is the traditional way, you just load it physically into the clip or magazine, and that takes time. We all know this. I think it's loaded actually. Yeah, it's loaded. So the reload time kind of varies depending on what style or type of reloading you do. Ranges I can't test, but I can imagine they're pretty good. the accuracy. Oh, that was. I'm gonna aim for this light switch. See if I can turn. Got it. I also can't space those shots out. I just like holding the trigger because it's just so satisfying watching all those darts come out of the blaster. But yes, the accuracy is pretty much dead on, and I like that a lot. It wouldn't make sense to have a blaster that's not accurate and not hit its targets. It's pretty much going in there with nothing, or essentially nothing. Accuracy pretty good, so you need the specialty on this blaster, speed load technology. And I feel like there was another thing. Firepower, the wall, the bounce back on the wall. Alright, so they're pretty much hitting me. Oh, that one. Oh, Kobe! So overall, this blaster, it has a few problems with it, as far as I guess user error. I guess when you like the example I was trying to give, where you throw a magazine in and then you try to load darts as quick as you can, and then sometimes the darts get stuck inside the blaster. That's not good. Aside from that, there's really no other cons other than the fact that it takes 4 massively big batteries, the letter D batteries, 4 of them, and I mean that's like an extra $10 you gotta spend. I wish there would be like 5 or 6 AAAs, or not AAAs, double A's. If there were like 6 or 7 or 8 double A's, I would be fine with that. It's like, oh yeah, I have plenty of those at home. Like take them out of TV remotes and such. But that's all for this review. I think I covered all the points. I'm not entirely sure if I did. Leave a comment below if I missed anything. I'd honestly give this probably like 9.5 out of 10. It's really good. It's really good. It's out there, and I don't know if there's modding capabilities with this, because I don't experiment with the bigger Nerf blasters, just the smaller ones right now. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video and understood the video. This is the Nerf Infinus Nerf blaster review. I give this 9.5 out of 10. It's by far one of the best blasters I've ever held and used. So without further ado, I'll see you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, understood the video. Hope you guys have a great day, night, life, and everything else. And please comment, like, subscribe. See you guys later.